Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys one of my favorite meals to meal prep. It is turkey meatloaf with string beans or green beans and red potatoes. So I got this idea from a place called Fit Life Foods. I was out in Florida visiting my boyfriend and he does the whole meal prepping thing. He gets his meals from them. I was really surprised because I wasn't sure if turkey meatloaf was like considered healthy, but it is one of my favorite things to make. I will probably make about 3 to 4 containers of it. Usually when you make a meatloaf, it can feed at least 2 to 3 people or maybe 4 people, but it's just me. So I like to just make one meatloaf, cut it up, and spread it out throughout the week. Now I'm a person who only likes to do leftovers for about 3 days and then I'm over it. So to solve that problem, I like to kind of throw in a different kind of meat along with the sides. So if I don't want to eat turkey meatloaf all week, I'll eat it for about 3 days and then I will throw some chicken in there or something else to kind of just get my mind out of eating the same thing every day. If you're somebody who has that problem, who doesn't like to eat the same things every day, you can totally mix it up. You can add in different kinds of meals, and I will be showing you guys different meals in the future so that you guys won't have that problem if you're someone who doesn't like to eat the same thing every day. But the first meal I'm going to show you guys is my turkey meatloaf because it's one of my favorite things to make. I'm going to make green beans along with it, and I'm also going to be making my famous red potatoes that you guys saw in my salmon cakes video. So if you guys want to see how I meal prep my turkey meatloaf for the week, please keep watching. So I have my organic turkey burger right here. I'm just going to show you guys the ingredients that I put in. I have some chopped onion here. This is a whole onion. I like to just put the whole thing in there. I also have some green pepper. Just going to throw that in. I have some breadcrumbs. I'm going to throw those in. So I'm going to put the egg in here, just 1 egg. You're definitely going to need an egg. And then I just have some cloves of garlic that I chopped up. I'm not going to use them all because we're going to use some of this for the potatoes as well. I also have some garlic powder. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that in here. Just a little. You don't need too much because we have fresh garlic. And then I have some Italian seasoning, which I always put in my meatloaf. Then I just have a little bit of Mrs. Dash here. This is the table blend. So I'm just going to sprinkle this. This just gives everything such great flavor. I'm obsessed with Mrs. Dash, especially this specific one. And then we're just gonna kind of mix all this together. You wanna make sure that you mix it all just evenly. That way all of the ingredients, the flavor, everything just gets in this turkey burger and your meatloaf will be really flavorful. And also your hands will do a great job of that. I like to go in afterwards with my hands and then just get it all like together like you would make meatloaf. Also, I have a glass pan here that I have oiled. I used some olive oil. I just put it on the bottom of the pan. If you're going to use a glass pan like that, it's good to just like oil it up a little on the bottom so that your meatloaf doesn't stick to the bottom of it. So I'm just going to now use my hands. Make sure your hands are clean, you guys. And I'm just going to kind of mix in the rest of that. And you can smell the salad dressing in here. It smells so good. I like to just kind of flip it upside down and slide it in there. Position it into a little loaf like you would do bread or something. So this is what your meatloaf should look like in the pan. We're going to go pop it in the oven really quickly and put it on 350 degrees. To cover my meatloaf with foil, this just helps it cook a little better. The heat will help it cook from the inside. And I just like to take off the foil like maybe 10 minutes before it's done, and I like to let it brown, and then we go in with our tomato paste, which I'm getting ready to show you guys how to make as well. So I'm going to show you guys my mixture right now that I like to put on my meatloaf. My mom does this, and I basically learned this recipe from her. This is a can of tomato paste, a whole can. I have some brown sugar here. I have some ketchup and some barbecue sauce. So these are all the things that are going to go into this mixture to go on top of your meatloaf. I don't use gravy because 1, I'm not the best gravy maker, and 2, gravy is just not healthy. I don't know if this is much healthier, but gravy to me, it just I don't know. I feel like I just like to have like tomato paste more than I do like to have gravy on my meatloaf. So I'm going to just take some of this barbecue sauce and just gonna squirt in there. I mean, there's no specific measurement. I like to just kind of go according to taste. And then I just like to add ketchup, squirt that in there. And then we go in with our brown sugar. This, I would say, is about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. We just mix that in there. I was gonna use this, but I feel like this is just too big. But yeah, so you just kind of mix it in. This is what's gonna go on top of your meatloaf. Very important to use some type of sugar when making this tomato paste mixture, because tomato paste is very bitter when it's by itself. You have to add some sort of sweetener to it. If you don't want to use sugar, you could probably use an agave sweetener, something just to sweeten it up a little bit because it's very bitter. I use brown sugar because I like brown sugar better than I like white cane sugar, so I use that. And then also the barbecue sauce and the ketchup also just gives it a little bit of a sweeter taste as well. It's a little more bitter than I like. I want it to be a little more sweet. So I'm just gonna add a little more barbecue sauce rather than sugar, because again, you don't want to load it up with too much sugar. So I just like to load it up with barbecue sauce. Also, if you don't want to use tomato paste, you could use barbecue sauce to put on this outside of your meatloaf. I've seen a lot of people do that. I've even seen people do ketchup. Whatever your heart desires. To me, I like the thicker consistency of tomato paste rather than just using flat out ketchup. And it's just a little sweeter when you add barbecue sauce and sugar. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna put on my meatloaf once it's done. Now we're gonna move on to the potatoes, and then we're gonna have to get in the kitchen for the green beans, so stay tuned. Alright you guys, so now I'm gonna move on to my red potatoes. I have a bowl of organic red potatoes here that I got from Mom's Organic Market. I cut them up in these little chunks, and then I did grease my pan again with olive oil just so they don't stick to the bottom. So we're gonna pour them in. Now I'm not gonna make a whole lot because again, this is just for me and we're meal prepping. So you don't wanna have like too many potatoes, but actually you can never have too many potatoes. What am I saying? Like, I eat potatoes all the time. You could even eat these for breakfast. So I'm gonna, this probably looks crazy because it's a huge can of olive oil, but I'm just gonna drizzle, if it ever decides to come out. There we go. I'm gonna drizzle a little bit, just a little. I'm not smothering these in olive oil. I'm gonna drizzle a little on here. We're gonna put some garlic powder. Just sprinkle that on. Some Italian seasoning. I love me some Italian seasoning. I do have fresh basil, but I decided to go with all dry ingredients for this because this Mrs. Dash, I'm telling you guys, and this isn't sponsored by Mrs. Dash, this is amazing. Like the flavor that it gives your food, it's just so good. So I like to be generous when I put this on stuff. Actually, you guys are gonna see me use this for everything today. And then I just have some Earth Balance soy-free, I don't know, a greedy buttery taste. So this is a vegan buttery spread. I'm not vegan, but I am kind of just trying out different plant-based foods because I am considering kind of going to the other side eventually. But today we're just going to take a little bit of this and just kind of wipe it on the potatoes. I know this probably looks crazy, but this gives your food, your vegetables, an amazing flavor. So, of course, the olive oil helps with that as well, but this just gives a really good flavor. I just really like this stuff. It really tastes amazing. It's called Earth Balance, and I'm not sure, I guess the brand Earth Balance? Yeah, the brand is Earth Balance. I get mine at Mom's Organic Market or Trader Joe's. I'm pretty sure you can find it in any supermarket now because a lot of supermarkets are starting to really cater to the vegan diet. So you can find this anywhere. So then I'm just gonna take my foil after I kind of just mix this around a little bit. Just want to mix it up and get those seasonings all over the potatoes. And then I'm just going to put the foil on top. And we're gonna pop this bad boy. And we're gonna pop this bad boy in the oven with the turkey burger. Okay guys, so we're gonna move on and get into the kitchen so I can show you guys how I saute my green beans to go in my meal prep. So the first thing I'm going to do is add in my Earth Balance butter. Again, this is a vegan butter and it's also soy free. I'm going to let that butter just kind of burn in the pan a little. I'm going to add in some fresh cloves of garlic that I cut up, about 2 or 3, and we're going to let that saute in that vegan butter. This is going to give a nice rich garlic flavor to your green beans, and these are organic fresh green beans. I cut the ends off like as you would do any fresh green beans, and then I just put them in the pan. I'm going to add a little bit of Mrs. Dash and kind of just let all of that cook together, and I'm going to let this cook for about 15 minutes. I just want it to brown and still be crunchy. That's where all of the nutrition is in your green beans. If you cook them too long, they will definitely be soft and lose the nutrition. Here I'm just adding on my tomato paste on top of my turkey meatloaf. I'm just going to spread it around, get it all in there, and then I'm going to pop this back in the oven for about 10 more minutes. And you don't want to leave it too long because you don't want to dry out your meatloaf. And this is what your meal prep should look like once you are done. Voila! So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it was helpful for you. I tried to just do something that I thought everybody could eat, that I love to eat. I wanted to let you guys know that I joined a place called Impact Fitness. I will be doing an 8-week weight loss I guess boot camp type of thing with them. If this isn't sponsored, I just wanted to let you guys know because I am really considering vlogging and filming my 8-week journey to lose like 20 pounds. I got to get rid of some of this weight that I put on, and this goes along with that. That's why I wanted to start showing you guys some of the meals that I'm going to be eating along with my fitness journey. So if you guys are interested in that, please comment down below, leave me a thumbs up or something, just so I kind of know that you guys want to see like me on my fitness journey. I would love to share that with you if you guys are interested. I just want to thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down below, recipe wise or just in general, and I will try my best to answer them. Thanks guys, love you, bye.